Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Hello. I'm sorry I started a couple minutes late. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's been a chaotic day here. I've been all over. I had to get my phone fixed. So I had to drop it off for a few hours. And I'm telling you, like, I didn't realize how hooked I am to that thing, but I felt like a lost little puppy. Like, honestly, I still had a good time. But wow, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, how are you guys and what are you up to tonight? I cannot believe we have a new filing in this lawsuit already. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I never listened to this intro on surround sound before. Shit fucking beats. Hey Jules, hey MK. I'm gonna say hello to you guys. Sometimes I don't do the hellos and people like that, but I've missed y'all. And look, we have a filing to go through. It'll probably take a half an hour, and then we're gonna hang out for a little bit and just shoot the shit and chit chat. Hey Quicks Exotic, Jules. Hey Rora. Oh my gosh, I hope it is nice where you guys are. Like, I'm so happy winter is over. Summertime is on its way. It's been like today it was 85 here. Which is kind of hot. I just need at least 70 and I'm good. I am not muted. Hey Madeline. Hey Lace Lemon. Hey Coffee and Skeletons. I wonder if Neat's thing's messed up. Let me let her know. Hi, Alex. I thought I left my phone one time when I went out and I felt so naked. Come to find out it was inside the pocket of my joggers. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, obviously, because you hear me talking about the phone. So I don't know what's going on. I think some people are having trouble with audio. It's still cold here. I need the heat. Huh, weird. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I don't know why I cut out. I don't know what's going on, but looks like the internet signal is pretty strong. So let me pull it up. Like I was saying, we're going to hang out. It'll take like 30 minutes and then we'll just shoot the shit after for a little bit. Let's see. So at 5 minutes, we get started just so I can timestamp it for people. All right. So let me say thank you first to Lil Red for grabbing these for us. We would not be able to see this. This isn't, we just wouldn't be able to see it. So I appreciate her so much. I'm going to drop her link. You guys go check out her channel. I know that she sometimes gets other court documents, case file stuff, and uploads it there. And she's been doing lives reading books. So there is her link. So this is the defendant's reply in further support of their partial motion to dismiss. So let's look at this. They filed a motion to dismiss Letecia's lawsuit. Letecia, the very second she got to that prison, literally the month she got there, she was already complaining and threatening lawsuits. They are sick of her shit, in my opinion. They file a motion to dismiss. She responds. And very quickly, before, an order goes through, they're like, hold on, we have more to say. And so that's what we're about to read. Hey, Crime Crochet and Coffee. Hey, Tess. Here in Chicago, it's 47. Holy cow, Corey. Hopefully it gets warm soon. I heard that there was another incident in Creative Minds with Taylor Shabusiness. She's a career inmate. Okay, Ella Carr. I guess. All right, so let's start this. Defendants Jeff Smuda, all the defendants, submit this reply in further support of their partial motion to dismiss. Defendants assert that plaintiff's response fails to overcome the arguments in their motion. Accordingly, defendant's motion should be granted in its entirety. Defendants incorporate herein, as if set forth in full, the arguments and authorities in their motion. Defendant's motion should be granted for the reasons previously stated. So basically, her response, She's not answering the legal arguments in our motion. Like, uh. All right. Stauch complains regarding her time to respond, but she failed to request an extension of time as she could have done. Multiple extensions of time have been requested and granted in this case, so Stauch cannot claim she did not know such an extension was possible. She also computes the deadline inaccurately, saying the motion was mailed March 3rd and her response was due March 21st. But service was complete upon mailing on March 3rd under this federal civil rule. And the 21-day response deadline is calculated from the date the motion is served, which means 21 days from March 3rd, so March 24th. They have to literally outline it in black and white and do the math for her. Like, I cannot imagine how frustrated they must be. So March 21st, 4th. Basically, 21 days after March 3rd is the 24th. She's miscalculating the deadline. Then 3 additional days are added under this federal civil rule due to service having been made by mail. So her response was actually due March 27th, a span of 10 days from her alleged receipt of the motion on March 17th to the deadline on March 27th, provided plenty of time to request an extension of time if one was needed. Well, you guys know Letecia doesn't like doing. She makes up her own rules, literally. She makes up her own rules. Stauch states in a conclusory manner that she, quote, does not have access to appropriate legal resources and law library, as mentioned in original complaint that the court dismissed about right to access the courts. Her description of a law library issue in the amended complaint is also conclusory. Quote, I have an open prison conditions case in Colorado in which I challenge various aspects while I was in county jail. The shortcomings in the library have hindered efforts to continue pursuing it. Her response to an earlier show cause order clarified that the issue was inadequate resources for illegal detention for Colorado habeas, and similarly stated the following, quote, I did not have access to Colorado courts, case law, any resources outside of Kansas, nor the statues. They quoted her literally spelling it statues again, like the Statue of Liberty. That is hilarious. As mentioned in the original complaint, I needed more than the statues. So the issue she complained of was lack of Colorado legal resources, which are not relevant to her present claims. The initial complaint, which is no longer operative, stated the following. See what I'm saying? They are done. They're like, you cannot continue to drag this shit out. This needs to be done. The law library, exactly. Hey, Riley. Hey, Bogart. Hey, you guys coming in. Can't believe they quoted her. Like, of course they're going to quote it correctly, but it's just funny to see. So the initial complaint again stated the following. Prison officials have prevented my fundamental right to access the courts by denying the right to get reasonable access to law books, inadequate law computers, missing relevant state and federal statutes. Shepard citations are often unavailable, although they are on the computer. The computer often shuts down, or times out when using. Lack of access to information on habeas corpus and law library times that force you to choose. Wait, you guys, let me pause for a second. So they're quoting her and they've quoted her spelling several words wrong now. And they keep writing this SIC beside it. What does that mean? Every time they see statues, SIC, because this is supposed to be choose, but it says chose, SIC. Even up here, both statues. If somebody knows, let me know. So law library times that force you to choose between using limited out-of-cell time for exercise and yard time or for access to the law library. The facility does not maintain library facilities at each housing location and restricts residents from these locations to attend the library in other locations. I feel like they are just clowning her ass so bad, with all of her misspellings and stuff they've already used. But Stauch has not explained how any insufficiencies in a law library or in the legal resources available to her hindered her efforts to respond to this motion in any material manner. Any additional legal resources would not provide her with facts she should already know about her attempts to exhaust administrative remedies. For example, spelling in check. Wow. Thank you, David. It means an acknowledged misspelling. Okay. See, that's what I thought. But thank you guys for letting me know. That's funny. Spelling in check. Yeah, it's not us misspelling this shit. It's her dumbass. Hey, fragile like a bomb. It is not a resort. Letecia. Thank you, Jenny. It means the world is... That is funny. Okay. Let's continue. I learned something to do today too, Seek Justice. I can't speak. I'm exhausted, but I had to come on here and read this to you guys and talk to you for a little bit. So please forgive me for my not being able to read correctly and all that stuff. This goes on to say, Stauch fails to address the substance of defendant's arguments regarding exhaustion. She has submitted no admissible evidence to controvert the facts regarding exhaustion established by defendants. She says she attached grievance appeals to her complaint. The exhibits to the operative complaints contain some grievance-related documents. Looking also at the initial complaint, and they list a bunch of documents, these also contain grievance-related documents, but no grievances contained in any of these exhibits from either complaint relate to the subject matter of counts 1 or 3. You see, they are just completely done. They're like, no, before you make an order, let me say a few things. Neat. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much. That was sweet. And welcome to the members. Hey, Nurse Kristen. Hey, Natasha. Hey, Crochet Lover. Good to see you guys. Yes, so every sick is another throw shade. Exactly, Jenny. They're done. I think they are exhausted. Can you imagine, though? Like, a lot of the shit she says it's nonsensical. Like, how do you fight back against that? Especially if, like, for instance, they're saying, the court dismissed these counts, and the counts that are left, everything she's still arguing about and the paperwork is not related to those counts. Like, it's let's continue. These grievance-related documents are insufficient for other reasons as well. Document 14-1, which contains only grievance records and informal requests related to the alleged threats by staff members in January of 2024, does not include any appeal to or response from the secretary. Stauch does not allege that she properly appealed the grievance in Doc 1-1 about a request for records through all stages to the secretary, because remember, she has to send in a grievance. If that doesn't work, go to like the warden. If that doesn't work, go to like someone else and then to the secretary. Sorry, you guys. So they're saying she did not, send this one to the secretary. The next one, she didn't let you know she sent that all the way to the secretary. And then documents 7, 8, and 9 all relate to this one particular grievance, which defendants have already addressed. Documents 10, 11, 12 do not contain a date received, and based on the grievance numbers included, they appear to be approximate handwritten duplicates, possibly for her own records of the grievance documents in Doc 41-1. These records were part of a combined appeal of grievances and informal requests that defendants have already addressed. Doc 113 is a facility-level grievance response to a grievance complaining about the interstate compact. Stauch does not allege that she properly appealed this grievance through all stages to the secretary. So she's leaving some shit out. No kidding. Doc 15 is an informal request not a grievance, and Stauch does not allege that she properly filed a grievance related to it. In summary, Stauch has not established that she properly filed and appealed a grievance for counts 1 or 3 through all stages to the secretary. So she did not exhaust administrative remedies for those counts, which you're supposed to do before you even think about filing a lawsuit. Stauch mentions the prison mailbox rule in the date mailed listed on the form she submitted, but this is irrelevant because none of defendants' exhaustion arguments depend on any untimeliness in submitting paper grievance documents. Stauch states in a conclusory manner that she did file all grievances, spelling in check, appeals to the Secretary of Corrections, as mentioned in the original complaint. The operative amended complaint states merely, I have exhausted all remedies through KDOC and its grievance process, again, spelling in check. The initial complaint stated merely, I have exhausted all remedies through KDOC grievance process. Her response to an earlier show cause order stated merely, again, I exhausted all remedies, including the informal process, emergency grievances, etc., for several months at TCF, unquote. The initial complaint also attached the approximate handwritten duplicates of grievance documents related to the combined grievance appeal discussed above. Nowhere does she allege or provide admissible evidence that she filed a grievance specifically regarding the subject matter of counts 1 or 3, or that she appealed any such grievance properly through all stages to the secretary. Wait, so she didn't even file a grievance at all, or at least she didn't show that she did for counts 1 or 3, much less file it 4 times all the way up to the secretary. She thinks she can do shit however she wants. And honestly, we've talked about this time and time again. She gets away with it because a lot of times people give her way. They don't want to deal with her stupid ass. They don't want to deal with all the bullshit. They don't want to deal with all the mental gymnastics. So they might give her way so they can go on about their life. It's not looking like it's working this time. Stauch says particular technical issues discussed by Chavez and KDOC attorneys may more generally suggest that the grievance system electronically and on paper is filled with continuous issues on behalf of KDOC. That's a quote. This is speculative and conclusory, and Stauch does not support it with any plausible allegations or admissible evidence. So, they file a motion to dismiss. A very detailed 150-page motion that took us days to go through with all of her grievances and their responses. She responds very quickly within a couple of days and doesn't even address half of the things, and some of the things she does address or include aren't even part of the counts left in the lawsuit. They've already been dismissed. And so they go, no. And they're pointing it out to the judge. Look, please pay attention. Because not only can this bitch not spell a damn thing, but she's not following the rules. She's not following the way this is supposed to go. She never even put in a grievance for a couple of the things in her lawsuit, much less exhausted that grievance through to the secretary. No, the dog defender, she didn't use conclusory. Like I was explaining, we went through that long motion to dismiss her lawsuit. Then we had her quick response, and then this is their response, which typically you would wait for the judge to, put an order in or make a decision. But they wanted to go ahead and file this so the judge can see it when they go to make that decision. This is too funny. She does not go through the right steps and then flips out. I know. It's unbelievable. She doesn't think rules apply to her. Hey, Sapphire. What did she say? Why we gotta be a hoe? What'd she say? Hoe everyone. Okay. Stauch says, during discovery, plaintiff can submit the full grievance that KDOC is failing to acknowledge, but defendants have already established that KDOC officials have no other grievance records from her from the relevant time frame. Stauch has failed to submit any admissible evidence to controvert that fact. Stauch does not mention what the contents of any missing grievance appeal might be or claim that a missing grievance related to the subject matter of counts 1 or 3. Stauch provides only conclusory statements that she somehow exhausted administrative remedies without providing any plausible allegations or admissible evidence to show how she did so, how she supposedly did so. Let me get that right. She includes a section on qualified immunity, but defendants did not raise qualified immunity in their motion. It's like she's not even responding to what they actually said. I can't figure it out. In my opinion, she truly believes if she's obnoxious enough, people will eventually give her what she wants. I'm very thankful they're not falling victim to her little plans. I agree. I mean, if you meet me in the bushes, I will slide you my class note. Hey, riding down the rabbit hole. Lady fucking T, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you guys again, Neat. Thank you again. And Lady fucking T, thank you again. I appreciate you guys. In response to defendant's argument that all that remains are vague and conclusory allegations that fail to specify any legal mail items that were interfered with, quote, that's quote, Stauch provides only more vague and conclusory allegations that mail items were interfered with. For these reasons and the reasons expressed in defendant's partial motion to dismiss, defendants request that the court grant their motion in full. I told you guys it'd probably take about a half an hour to get through that. But wow. Okay, the end is just funny. In response to defendant's argument that she says, so the quote is Letecia, all that remains are vague and conclusory allegations that fail to specify. Wait, I'm sorry. It's the defense quote, right? They say that she only provides more conclusory allegations that mail items were interfered with. What do you guys think is going to happen? I mean, I thought this lawsuit was going to be thrown out months ago, and I guess they wanted to take it serious, which is not a bad thing, but damn, man. Defendants seem to be a little bit fed up, don't you think? This is just funny. The spelling statues chose. So I guess we wait and see. And we think, I thank Little Red for getting this for us. I'm going to drop her channel again. Hey, NorCal Jim. Oh, thank you, Dog Defender. So yeah, we just wait and see. And then Little Red will keep us updated. I'll post this on the free tier on Patreon. You do have to become a member, but you only have to become a free member to see it when this is over, if you guys want to see it. But thank you, Little Red. She thinks somebody stole her coupon book from the mailroom. Dude, she's made all kinds of accusations. I can't keep them straight in my own head, honestly, at all. But why don't we come over here? We're just going to hang out for a little bit. I've missed you guys. I haven't got to see you for a bit. That's the end of it. If you wanted to just hear I did search her on Facebook to see if like anybody else was getting these lawsuit updates and stuff, but I don't think so. Brad Floyd just mentioned her, saying her story, Gannon's story, is on The Stepmom True Crime Letecia Stauch. What is that? Is that like a documentary? And then it's the older post. So this came out March 4th. It's just somebody's reel. Yeah, so I don't know. Oh, God, that picture of her. Wait, I have something that we can play too. Let me just get to my YouTube. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm hoping it's thrown out. She'll be going back to Colorado, you know, if not, if she gets her way. And that would be interesting to see as well. I don't think that will go well for her. When we went through the jail files, we saw so many people. There were literally people who went up to the guards that helped it search for Gannon. And they couldn't stand to be near her. There were people who wanted to get out, but they felt like punching her. So they went up to the guards. There was a person also who literally went to the guards and told them this like confession story that Letecia had given that had some details in it that were correct. And this was long before they came out.
You know what he told me?
What?
He said, that girl ain't going lacking for food. He said, when I seen her on television, she gained so much weight, I didn't even...
You have 60 seconds remaining.
I actually haven't gained weight. That's why I don't understand why people think that.
You were big. I'm serious. You look big.
I only weighed 140.
Now, hold on. I got to remind y'all. This is because she been telling her family, they treat me so bad. You know, I'm starving. The food is terrible. I can't eat unless it's commissary. Oh, God. And so obviously, and she did tell him many times, I've lost so much weight. I can fit my hand around my wrist, like way bigger than I used to. I can't remember what she said, but something like that about her wrist. And then her dad sees the trial, and this is after the trial, and her dad told her, as it started with, that girl ain't lacking for food. I'm sorry, more manipulation and bullshit, but.
Eat something.
Well, you look humongous. But anyway, darling, I know it's time for us to go. I'll holler at you later. I love you.
All right, love you too. Bye.
All right, be careful, baby.
Please stay.
Let me see, because Jen and I are still waiting on some stuff. It takes forever to get like record requests from that county. Oh gosh, I don't know why TikTok is blowing up the email account. She said once she could fit Harley's clothes. That was another thing I was going to do while we were hanging out. Let's see what Harley's up to. You know, Harley is an Instagram influencer. She wants to be. She wants to share her life and her story. So I don't think that it's wrong to check out what she's up to. Harley, you know, I'm proud of her. She's came a long way. She was just a kid. This was all she ever known. Can you imagine this bitch is your mom? This is all you've ever seen and known, right? But she comes out of that and she wants to do better and be better. She wants to speak out about, you know, how you're not like your mom. She wants to help other kids. She literally said she wants to help other kids whose parents get arrested for murder and stuff that don't have anyone. So I'm really proud of her. I think she's doing well. Let's see. Trying to find it. I can't remember exactly what her thing was. So here it is. Harley Nevaeh, digital creator, creating a life I love, creator, writer, and future nurse writer. Huh. Okay. Lifestyle, R curls, curly haircut, school day in the life. Oh, wow. Here we go. Let's start here. I think I've actually shown this to you guys. It says, a few years ago, I was grieving loved ones. This is the last one I've seen. Well, actually, let me read this to you first. If you asked me a few years ago, I would never have imagined being here. God has taught me what it's like to have perseverance. I've gained confidence and learned to embrace every accomplishment and failure. My best advice I could ever give is to never let what you've been through define you and create a beautiful life for yourself. My why. First generation registered nurse, endless possibilities, remind people how kind and loving the world can be. My mom is a nurse, or my wife is a nurse, like meaning she wants to have children and a husband who can say that. She would be very proud to have that. Be someone's strength when they feel weak. Be someone's voice when they feel silenced. 3 days on, 4 days off. Traveling, financial stability, my future family, and most of all, knowing I'm serving God. But here she says, a few years ago, I was grieving loved ones, made the choice to remove my mom from my life, and was forced to grow up quickly and find my way in this world. I had to learn who I was, what I wanted, and find my voice again. Yet here we are, nearing the dream we've worked so hard for with just a few months left in nursing school. It is so hard to believe she came from Letecia. She is beautiful, and I'm very, like I said, I'm proud of her. I know, and I don't care if you guys feel how you feel, honestly. Opinions are all over, and I'm not here to tell you, this is not an echo chamber. I'm not here to block people who don't agree with me or, argue with somebody because they don't. I get so sick of that shit sometimes on here. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And it happens all the time in so many places. That's not what we're going to do here. I just personally, me, am proud of her. And I think one of the biggest things for me that I'm like surprised but proud about is the speaking out about her mom, about quitting speaking to her mom, about how she wants to help other kids in that situation, how she is not her mother. She literally said one of her podcasts, she wants to do a podcast, you are not your parents, you are not your mother. Like, to talk about how just because your parent may be shitty, you are not, basically. I'm glad people are coming around giving her grace. For me, Madeline, I think at first, I don't think I was too hard on her, but I also at times maybe had questions. But after seeing her testimony, it was heartbreaking. And then after time went on and seeing her speak out and seeing her succeed, but also put her foot down, stop talking to that bitch and knowing that she was better than that and realizing the truth and just like being bold with, I don't know. I've gained a new level of respect and appreciation with her because of that, because that could not be easy. Be a whole lot easier to not say anything, I cried so bad during her testimony. Oh my God, riding down the rabbit hole at the end when he asked her, do you see your mom? Oh, that's fucking sad, man. It really is. I'm sorry, Bogo. Yeah, I always felt for her, though, you guys. I'll be honest. Even when I had questions, I still had empathy. I still like seeing her on the stand was so sad. But it's hard when you are hearing those calls and she's kind of like being kind of nasty towards Landon at first in the beginning. But remember, her mom was telling her she's being set up, basically. She even was saying Landon's boyfriend was involved in all this stuff. Like, she probably didn't know what to think. She had been gaslit and lied to for so long. Can you imagine what it must be like to be a child of Letecia's and then to go out in the world without her and realize, like, have that bubble popped to see what is reality? I don't know. I can't imagine how difficult that must be. But I do understand people who still aren't there yet, had questions, whatever, like I do. Lost her brother and knows her mom murdered him. Yeah, lost her entire family. She's came a long way. Oh, thank you, Madeline. Remember her saying her mom would slap her in the face. Sad. I cannot, like, part of me goes, was Tisha jealous of her? And then the other part of me goes, no, because Tisha didn't even think of Harley as her own person. She thought of her as part of herself, and that's just the way that it seems. She did lose everyone in a blink, but we do know this. So after the trial, and she talked about this in a TikTok live that I watched, and I was able to record some of it, but because TikTok lives disappear, but she said that she has spoke to Al and does talk to him from time to time. I can't remember exactly how she said it, but after the trial, they did reconnect. Thank God. I've always given her grace. She isn't responsible for her mother's choices. She still has plenty of haters, but she is on such a higher level, she doesn't let it get to her. She shouldn't either. And, everybody's got haters. Jules, yeah. I could see that. Part of me could see that. And then, like I said, the other part of me, I don't know. Letecia is just a certain kind of monster. But that looks like so much fun. Look, someone said, you healing and breaking generational cycles is the best thing that seems to be happening for you. I love your vibe and the fact that you're so happy and moving on with peace of mind. God bless your little soul. Let's keep looking. Here she has coffee, thrift finds, and good food. And she has a TikTok too. I'm not going to, actually, Tess, do you have that link handy where you could share her TikTok? I don't want to watch her videos, but if you guys want to go watch, follow, support, whatever. If Tess has it, I know that she follows her, but I don't know how easy it is. If it's difficult, it's okay. The fancy biscuit. Spend a day with me. So I'm curious when she gets out of school, but pretty sunset. Seems to be doing good. I'm not going to watch all of these either. School day in the life, nursing student. Only months left. Not that I'm counting or anything. And then her curl routine. We'll hear her.
With another horror story. Last time I went, though, was about 2 years ago when my friend did my hair, and she did an amazing job. So we're going back.
Still in South Carolina,
it's really
lover, but I don't know. Those mountains.
I'm so nervous.
I don't know.
Thank you so much. Look how freaking cute this turned out. I'm hearing we don't know how to style our curls, so we're going to be styling mine today. If you don't do anything, please do this. Please, 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 please have your hair wet. You don't want to put product on dry hair. Get a little spray bottle like this. I have a link for you guys. Now we're going to go in with a leave-in conditioner. I love to use this one by Odell. I love their products. They just work so well with my hair, and it has clean ingredients. I use a good amount, not too much.
Yes,
I'm just going
that's the brand you were telling me about, Odell.
Next, we're going to go in with a curl cream, a styling cream. I really like this one by Shea Moisture. Stuff is so good, and it smells so good. Love her.
Again, I'm not going to watch that, but regardless, we just wanted to check in and kind of see. But yeah, you guys, so I don't know. We'll wait and see. We probably won't be talking about Tisha. Well, we definitely won't for a while. We'll wait for the lawsuit, whether the next time is going to be either an update in the lawsuit or we get those damn body cam videos that we've been waiting on for forever now. She sounds more confident than when she talked on the phone with her mom. Oh, yeah, when she was on the phone with her mom, she kind of was just like she turned into this little child. Probably like a defense mechanism. I don't know. She did, Robin. She was in the vehicle that had her stepbrother in the suitcase, but it was a moving truck, and I don't believe that she was aware at all. I think that Letecia, in the middle of the night, we know that I think it was like 4 a.m. She goes down to that bridge where she disposed of him. And I don't even like to say the words. She's such a disgusting pig, dude. But Harley, yeah, she imagine that. Imagine not only losing your sibling, but losing them due to your mom taking their life, and then knowing that you were in the vehicle driving him across the country to dispose of him. Hey, Harley Quinn. Yeah, the aftermath of knowing that would be traumatic. And there's a lot more to it as well. Like, he was, they lived in Colorado. I think they believe he was out in the woods for some time. He was moved all over. She had him literally when Letecia Stauch, you know what? When she called, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. When she called 911 and the police came, he was literally in a storage, like a store, what do you call it? One of those boxes, like the giant Tupperware boxes. I don't know what you would call it, like a storage tote. In the storage room or whatever. Let me show you. It's hard to. Got it from Chris. 911 call. Oh, she pulled it from the trial. Let's just look at this real quick because I'm done. You guys were just kind of chatting for a minute at the end here. Agree, Justin. I had asked Neat earlier and I didn't even see your response. This was just kind of quick, so I thought we would do this tonight. But we need to finish Stephen Stern's calls, and there was a new police interview Melissa sent me from Wade Wilson from 2017. Part of me wants to watch that, but I don't know. Oh, Gannon's room. Hold on a second. Let me go back here and just grab the next video. She was, I don't know. I can't get over how okay, Zav Girl has it here. Let's take a look. I'm going to drop the link in the chat, though. Let's see.
I took the covers that he was laying down, and I just threw it on there because I got my daughter out and the dog's out. She was working, and it was something.
You got everybody down.
I know. It was something that we were just like.
Did he take his bike?
No.
Okay, because somebody saw a little kid on a bike. They posted it, but I didn't know if he brought it.
Well, he did, unless he took it sooner and brought it back because Lena ends up getting the bike.
Okay.
And rides the bike because her.
Look at her. Oh my God.
I said, broke. When she ran into him, I said,
just knowing what she had done, you know what I mean? That day and the night before, it's hard to look at her.
ran into him as in not physically,
Right.
but she somehow got his bike because hers wouldn't work. So he could have at
So
one
they were
point.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were supposed to go
What
pick him
color
up
is the
for
bike?
dinner.
Blue
And he
and
never
black.
They thought he was at
Black
his friend's house. He was like,
Yeah.
they started sleeping. So
We
they
got
were gonna
we
go pick
have him
up down
on
the road.
one
And he was
we
never there.
there's
And he never
one
went to his
picture
friend's
someone
house.
sent he was on.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's definitely he was out there.
Flipping around a little bit, but I dropped the link in the chat.
So, just tell me a timeline. I know you said that y'all were gonna go get at 6.
Yeah, so it
So
was
you're supposed to be back here, but you went out there. What happened between that?
okay, so
Okay, now we're down. No. Oh my gosh, this reminds me of the video that she accidentally recorded. You actually see a quick shot of this kind of upside down the back of that couch right there, and her going around the corner to talk to Gannon in the dark. He's crying. because whatever whatever she did to him, like, because we don't know what happened with the candle incident for sure, like any of that with that video that she recorded and put out on Facebook. And there, here he is in one of these type of boxes, maybe not here, but in a box like this in the house in one of the storage areas. Maybe it was right there. It's been a while. I think it was. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because then Gannon's room is right there. And let's not forget, like, shit, she didn't even clean up very well. Gannon's grandmother slept in his bed when they were looking for him and they were staying at the house before they knew what occurred in his bed. There was blood all over the wall, both walls, all over the floor, a huge puddle in the floor. It had soaked through the carpet into the cement. It was in the outlets. Whatever she did, and somehow he got down onto the floor, they believe. I don't know. I can't imagine the fear, the terror, like this little sweet child, like running for his life or dodging her, whatever she's doing. Oh God, it's just, I hate her so much. So yeah, that is the storage building where he was at the time, because it was right across from his room downstairs. The nerve, man. Sandra, thank you for being a member for 6 months. True. Agree, Sandra. Yes, MS Girl, it was a plastic tub, yeah. I think it was one of the, I don't know which one it was, because they did put it out in the trial and talk about like blood that was found on it. But I think it was like a purple one, or like a purple. See, he's kind of looking behind it for somebody to hide, right? That's how it appears, not like looking in it, thinking he would be in it. God. Then we're in Gannon's room and closet. Can you believe all the evidence that they overlooked? Let me show you, actually. Let's pull in another window.
He wasn't in here with us. That stuff is down there, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I show him about this one? So if I just didn't
Yep,
want to
that storage room,
the
or
box
that
thing.
little.
I think I still had down there. Okay, because you weren't in here. You weren't in here in the beginning, right? I thought I didn't know if I had that box cutter and all that stuff in there, because I told him about he dropped a candle last night,
Oh, okay.
and I thought I must have picked it up. I was just making sure. I didn't want you to be like, oh, just a box cutters. But yeah, I had to cut this, and I told them I wasn't even going to tell Dad, and I was going to figure out a way to put this in there from the situation, but.
At least you got a carpet. Yeah,
Right, I just took it and like covered up with the carpet and stuff like that. But
Does he have any friends around here?
there is a. Let me look on this thing. He did have this one like book thing.
God, I can't stand her. She's such an evil bitch, dude. Okay, let's take a look at this. I think we might have a photo here. Oh no, okay, it's a video of it. Well, hold up. This Daily Mail article shows some. So this was when the affidavit was leaked. Remember, we were talking about with Melissa, somebody worked for the county and leaked his affidavit. This is from that. And this came out, let's see. This was before. Published April 3rd. No. Woo, a dragonfly just landed on me. God, look at her. There is a dragonfly on my computer screen, you guys. Little Gannon. Oh, it's so blurry. So this is his bedroom. This is in the affidavit, it was a black and white. But if you see, there's evidence markers. It is so hard to see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, at least on this side, like the same amount on this side. This is blood spatter that they found all over the walls, going up real high. They described a very violent event happened here. 50 droplets of blood spatter that were found on the walls near the bed. 50. And if you look, this is the floor, and you can see the dark spot, the blood soaked through the carpet, through the pad, into the cement. That's just not a great picture at all. You really can't. It just doesn't really show us. Let me see if there's any others I can. Grab quickly. I know that we do have some, but in the case and some of the case file stuff, but it's a little harder to get to. Is it, Tess? It literally stayed on my screen and like wouldn't fly away, even though it kind of scared me and startled me. We'll see what we get with this, and then I'm going to let y'all go.
Honda World, where we do it your way.
Continuing our coverage today on the trial against Letecia Stauch. She's the woman accused of killing her stepson, then reporting him missing.
Experts are unveiling the hidden evidence that they say led them to believe 11-year-old Gannon Stauch was not missing, but was murdered. Fox 31's Nicole Fierro on it again today, joining us live in the studio with the latest. Nicole.
Yeah, Gannon's body was found almost 3 months after his reported disappearance and 1,300 miles away from his Colorado home. Now we're hearing what happened during that time and distance, prompting police to hone in on Letecia Stauch, his stepmother.
Our cameras spotted a lot of what experts, detectives, and investigators walked the jury through today. These searches, when police uncovered a blood-stained board nowhere near the Stauch family home, they testified GPS tracking data from Letecia Stauch's phone led them to this rural area. And pictures from Al's phone, Gannon's dad, dating back to 2019, show a board just like this one that they found inside the house. A crime scene investigator and bloodstain expert talks about uncovering blood spatter evidence in Gannon's room, saying it took 1.5 hours to find because the room had been cleaned before their arrival.
Something like this is a lot more, for lack of a better word, violent than I expected to see. So this kind of shows the magnitude. It reached fairly far. We have a height of 5 to 6 feet tall, and it spanned on the, I believe that's the east wall, at least 6 feet. To have blood at that scale and of those types of patterns, there has to be some movement within that scene.
An expert testified that the blood spatters they found in Gannon's room show Gannon was likely on or near the floor for at least one of the acts that injured and killed him.
Because she stabbed him 18 times. He had several injuries on his skull, and then he was shot through the jaw, like under the jaw into the spinal cord. So that explained what I was trying to explain to you guys, that not only did it go up super high, I can't believe she mentioned so many things I was trying to explain. It went up super high, showing a lot of movement during the attack, and also super low. They believe he was on the floor at one time. I cannot. Let me see if I can find because the images during the trial on the screen were not black and white. That was just in the here we go. CSI testifies about the blood in Gannon's bedroom. We'll look.
And of testimony in the trial for Colorado mom who's accused.
We're not going to listen to it all. We could listen to a moment. I just want to show you guys, like, so this is the same woman who was just on the stand in that clip. I don't think they're showing it. They're just having her testimony. It's like court TV blacked out the pictures. Just 1 second. Okay, I'll share the link to this in the chat in just a second. Okay, now here's the interesting thing with the carpet. There was multiple pieces of carpet that were burnt and replaced. She did that several times. There were 3 total found. I don't know what she was trying to do there. Who knows? That's what I'm saying. There are parts of this that we will never know. They'll bother me until the end of time, I believe, because we just don't know. And it's, when... Oh my gosh, that picture. Oh my God. I don't even want to show that. I'm sorry, you guys, but it's just in the case file photos. That was a picture that she took of Gannon. It was literally a proof of life photo. Here's some of the blood spatter. Let's see. I want to get to here. So sad. This was in Gannon's room. This is that other bed. His little Legos. It looks like some Minecraft or something. I honestly don't have words, you guys. I'm sorry. I just... Hey, Amber. He wasn't passed away when she took that photo. No, he was seen on the surveillance video after that. So there's the outlet they had to remove. Here, this shows you. Oh my God, I can't stand her. Hold on, I accidentally moved it. That shows you, though, how violent this was. This bitch has the nerve to put in this lawsuit that she's mad she's with other institutionally violent inmates. No, hell no, bitch. No, hell no. I'm sure I don't know if there is anybody as evil as her. It makes me sick too. Hey, Trio Girl Mom. So here we have every one of these little arrows shows a different bit of blood spatter that they recovered when they used the special stuff that made it glow. I can't remember because they were specific on which one, and there's a couple different kinds, and I just don't remember which one. But I do remember they said their arrows are directionally facing, like whether it was going up or so. Some of them are going up, some are going down, and that's just showing like which spatter was coming up from an angle or down from an angle. Some of it was all the way down here on the floor in this outlet. She cleaned it though. She cleaned it all up. Remember, she sends Harley to the store to get cleaning supplies. And this is after the carpet is removed, what's left on the floor. After the carpet and the pad, because you can see there, the carpet is brown, the pad is black, and then the floor. And she has the nerve. Yes, Blue Star. Was it Blue Star? Because I know they mentioned like and differentiated between the two that are most common. And I know one was Blue Star, but I felt like they may have used the other one. Did they? It does, Dog Defender. Natasha says, I have a theory with the candle wax, but always reluctant to share out of respect for G and his family. Hope she suffers every second of every day for the rest of her life, regardless. I understand that, Natasha, and I appreciate that about you. I know, poor guy. What's the other one that's not Blue Star? He was running. That's exactly what I thought. He was hiding from her, like even up under on the floor. Hey, Lil Red. We were just talking about you earlier. Blue Star or Luminol. Okay, so they did use Blue Star. That's right. Luminol is like the one that they did not use. See the arrows, how they're some are. Let me see. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go too far ahead. But they should include this in the lawsuit. She's mad that she's with violent inmates. Okay, this bitch is one of the most violent people that ever existed, in my opinion. So just the arrows like I was showing you. I'm going to drop the link to this in the chat. It's from a channel called The Docket. It's all the photos, the case photos. Wow, there is a blood that she didn't clean up. Most of it had been cleaned up. It was only spotted with the Blue Star. Wow. And then to know that his grandma slept there, it's just, it ain't right, man. It really isn't. I hope she spends every single day. I'm actually glad we kind of ended with this. After going through this whole lawsuit, listening to her bitch about what food she gets, bitch about attending church services, bitch about being with violent inmates. Nah, bitch, you deserve it. You don't deserve food. You deserve bread. That's it. Bread and water, in my opinion, for the rest of your damn days. I would not give a fuck, wouldn't bat an eye. Sorry. No. Don't forget what she did, No, the courts will not forget. Not to mention, I've shown you the other acts of violence, like the transport. Sorry, they're hammering inside. You can probably hear it, but I'm about to let you guys go. See the little blood droplets? My goodness. She's just such a fucking witch. She looks like she missed, didn't clean some of those up, but the outlet, which it was down into the outlet, like I said. Honestly, I hope if they made her, strapped her to a table and dropped a little drop of water on her forehead every 10 seconds for the rest of her days, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd want to see it. All right, get me the popcorn. Seriously, I can't. And then all the shenanigans, then she had the nerve. Don't forget. Like, okay, look at what we're looking at. And we know that she's complaining about her life in jail and how terrible it is. Well, let's not forget the torture she put out through and all those phone calls, screaming and crying and all the different stories, the pregnant belly and Quincy and blah, 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 blah. I had a glitch. I don't know why, but I was just saying she is the most evil. Don't ever forget about, how evil she truly is. When we listen to some of her phone calls and her shenanigans she's doing now, remember, this is why that bitch is in there and she deserves it. And oh yeah, thank you, poor Linda. B Crumbs created this little emoji, spicy Amy emoji, and I uploaded it the other day. She thought she got it all. Look at this. Once they removed oh my God. I'm so glad she left so much evidence, because this is the thing. Before he was even found, they were prepared to take her to court and win. And I believe they would have. And God, after he was found, I'll just, I will never forget this case. It really hits me like no other. And I'll never forget about all of the things that were shown in court and stuff. And that is why, yeah, I will make fun of her ass every time she files a lawsuit complaining about what her life is like. I'll sit here and laugh at the misspellings. I'll make fun of how stupid she fucking looks in the pictures of her in the jail file with the blood all over her hands doing paintings with no injuries, or with the turtle suit on, or all the other shit because of this. So maybe it seems a little cruel in the moment, but in my opinion, she deserves it. And that is where we're going to stop. You guys, I'm going to drop this link so you can go through the photos if you want. I don't remember. I'm sure that I know that, the most graphic photos, I don't believe are available online anymore at all. I would hope not. But still, I'm just done sharing them. I will drop the link so you guys can investigate and look on your own and that kind of thing. But she would deserve to be in Romanian prison. She would get punished every day. All right, you guys. So thank you guys. Yeah, so that's that. I'll let you go as soon as we how Little Red will get every paper on Pacer Forever as soon as there's an answer, as soon as the judge files an order and Little Red lets us know, I'll let you guys know. I'm gonna drop her link again. She uploads different video files and documents, and she's reading true crime books. It's all true crime stuff, but you guys can just go over to her channel to check it out. And thank you, Little Red, for getting that and sending it to me. I appreciate it so much. I really do. And yeah, I know I'm happy I got to see you guys for a little bit. I'll see you tomorrow. But if you have an idea of what you want to do, let me know. If you want to watch the new Wade from 2017, but recently released interview, police interview, since we've covered every one of his true crime cases, I would like to do that at some point. Or we can finish the Stephen Stearns calls, or we can do like a true crime news and talk about a lot of unknown missing people and cases that have happened, things that have happened. So if you have like an opinion on that, or you want to, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'll certainly take it into consideration when I decide what I'm going to do. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Thank you again, MK and Seek Justice, Sandra, Lady Fucking T, and Neat Noodle. And yeah, Little Red, thank you again. And I hope you guys have a great night. And also, when you say your prayers tonight, or you send good vibes out into the universe, or whatever it is that you do, say an extra one. dismissed, that she didn't follow the protocol, that she doesn't deserve better food or to be moved or any of the bullshit she wants. For real, because I have a feeling it's just all going to be dismissed, but I thought it would have been by now. So who knows? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. But anyways, thank you guys for being here. Michelle, as soon as we get either more on the lawsuit or those body cams, we'll definitely be talking about it again. Yeah, and have a good night, you guys. Thank you for everything. You dropped out after an extra one. I don't know what you mean, B Crumbs, but oh, I skipped. I don't know what the hell is going on, you guys. I am so sorry. Jesus Lord, forgive me, but obviously the replay viewers are going to have a, I'm sorry, replay viewers. I'm sorry, people that are here now, but I don't know why it's doing that. But anyways, okay. 20-minute goodbye is going to end now. I love you. Have a great night. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to everyone. Appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Bye.